When deploying production AI at scale, you need to build an efficient data development pipeline. But how do you know which labels are rejected the most often? And if the issue is the ontology definition, the data, or something else? I'm Jagan, Technical Deployment Strategist at Encord, and today I'm going to show how to use Encord Analytics to get ontology-level insight on your data. Now here I've opened up my project and gone into the Analytics tab, and to start off I'm looking at the Tasks Analytics. Here I can see analytics aggregated in terms of the task actions, such as tasks submitted, tasks approved, and rejected. As I scroll down, I can also see the time spent per task across the different stages, such as the annotation side of things, as well as how much time was spent in review. As I scroll down, I get a very granular view of each of these tasks, i.e. each of these images that are in the annotation project and how much time was spent. What I can start by doing is sort the total time in descending order and have a look at which tasks took the longest and how long did they take. So here we can see some tasks taking upwards of 9 and 10 minutes. As I scroll to the right, I can see the time broken down across the different project workflow stages. So we can see here there is annotate 1, and here we have a second annotate stage followed by a review stage. We can see here that most of the time was spent in the annotate 1 stage, followed by the review stage. And obviously any tasks that have been rejected in the review stage will flow back to the previous annotate stages. As I start investigating this further, I can see that some of the common collaborators who've been working on some of these tasks. And maybe at this point I want to speak to some of these collaborators such as Jen and understand if there is any ways that we can support them and improve their annotation efficiency, or understand if there is anything blocking them. I may also want to now dig a little bit deeper into this and go into the collaborator view. Here I can look at the data across the different collaborators that have worked in the project. We can look at time spent, as well as we can look at a breakdown of number of tasks submitted across each of these annotators. Here we can see that Jen has worked significantly more tasks compared to the other annotators. She also has a significantly higher task rejection rate. The one thing that I'd be really interested in is understanding the average time per task. Here we can see that the average time per task for Jen was around 2 minutes 30 seconds, whereas for the other annotators it was less than a minute. At this point we do know that Jen is taking longer in terms of the average time per task, but do we know why? We can go and look into a few more analytics to help us understand what's going on. One thing that I'd like to do at this point is go and look at labels. The issue might actually be in the way that we've set up the project, in the data that we have, and the ontology design. Here we can see the label actions, as well as, if I scroll down, the label actions broken down across the different ontology classes. I notice instantly that the car class is the most commonly used, and I can see that this also has a fairly high rejection rate of 13%. Now, is this common across all annotators, or is this unique to Jen? One really helpful thing I can do here is filter for collaborators, and I can start to add in Jen's filter. If I add in Jen as a filter here, I notice that the rejection rate actually drops down slightly to 12%. This tells me that Jen is more efficient at annotating the car class compared to the other annotators. So actually, it's not an issue with the collaborator, but rather how the data and the ontology is set up. Maybe the images with cars in them are more blurry and therefore take longer to identify. Maybe they're more dense, or maybe the ontology primitive used here is a polygon, is quite complex and takes a lot of time to define. By understanding your project's analytics, you can diagnose quality issues to ultimately fix the cause, not just a symptom. If you want to learn more, visit us at encord.com.